The Homeless Story. Poem written by Carl G. Brown a long time ago when I went through a lot of stuff. The devil ran me back to the Lord Jesus. One day not so very long ago, I was strolling the busy street when I heard a weak and hoarsened voice begging for money to buy some food to eat. I turned my head in an effort to find this raspy, whispering voice. I was shocked into amazement upon discovery of its peculiar source. I was standing there in awe, gazing at this ragged and tattered man. He had dirty, wind-blown skin, uncombed hair, and rough and callous hands. With mismatched and wrinkled clothing in need of wash and half torn away, this was obviously a homeless soul who had no decent place to stay. As I examined him, there was no expression in his baggy and bloodshot eyes. I could imagine that his hope was all but fully paralyzed. With no desire and without a sense of purpose, he gave a cold and mindless stare. I could tell that this man had no one in this world who even cared. This homeless soul was aged and gray, far beyond his actual years. He was a man whom had been rejected by his family, his so-called friends, and his peers. Not a solitary soul to turn to for the slightest bit of help, just abandoned and deserted to sink and drown all by himself. He smelled of the foul and lingering stench of filthiness and stale alcohol, and upon his feet he wore holey and run-down shoes, as I recall. Yet there was one unlikely quality that made no earthly type of sense. Fact is, this man had a formal education and was highly intelligent. I invited him to come with me to grab a bite to eat. We entered into a fast food joint, ordered food, and took a seat. I began a subtle conversation. We spoke in detail for a while. He did not laugh one single time or crack the slightest grin or smile. He explained that sometimes long ago he had been a successful engineer, earned a healthy annual salary over $150,000 a year. He graduated from college in the top 10 of his class. He mentioned many accolades and triumphs in his most illustrious past. Then came that unforgettable day. He took an extremely tragic fall. A major crisis finally occurred in which he completely lost it all. Off the record in a private meeting, he explained that the girders were not meant for such, but to build the bridge up to standard code would cost the big wigs way too much. In order that they save disgrace and a few more dollars and cents, the politicians continued the project using the substandard steel and cement. Eventually, the weakened bridge gave away, then it ultimately collapsed. All the fault and blame was thrown into the helpless engineer's lap. 35 innocent people were found dead and mangled beneath the twisted rubble. That was only the beginning of his mental pain and legal troubles. It appears that found and counted among the fallen 35 were his loving wife and 2 children, who on that day also lost their lives. After an ensuing investigation came a headline-making trial. A jury of 12 found him guilty. He went to prison for quite a while. He was finally released after a 10-year stretch. Now a set-up and blackballed man, he has since wasted 20 more good years without a home or a goal or a plan. Just drifting every day from here to there in another drunken daze, never knowing where he will eat or where he will sleep or safely stay. Just another hapless victim of this unforgiving society. I sincerely believe this is not the way his fruitful life was meant to be. Today I have found a genuine admiration and respect for every helpless and homeless victim lost among the human wreck. It is likely that they are not some lazy, low down and sorry sort just because they have no home or we see no means of self-support. As my ragged friend, they probably have a similar story to tell of how their secure and promising lives turned into another living hell. Therefore, do not criticize or ridicule, for at this moment your life's okay. But perhaps the same may fall on you one very unfortunate day. When I inquired of his name, he said, "My name is any man. My son, it happened to me, and it will surely occur again." He cleaned his plate, then wiped his mouth, then he politely said goodbye. And I thought to myself, but by the mercy and grace of God, there too go I.